Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a unboxing for the Flying Pig Games Armageddon War expansion called Burning Lands. Mark Porter design, Mark Walker game. So we're going to take a look at the back. Ooh, stuff is shifting around. What do we got in here? Well, we have one mounted map, 22 by 33 inches, same as what you get in Armageddon War. A sheet of splendiferous, sorry. Took me a moment. I've not used the word splendiferous, I think, ever. But one sheet of splendiferous die-cut 1-inch counters, full color rule and scenario book, including 16 scenarios. Ages 14, players 2, which I believe, if you have the solo system, you should be able to solo this as well. And playing time 1 to 3 hours, depending on your scenario size. And then a great, nice picture on the back. I was looking to see if this mentioned the art. We'll open that up in a minute and grab the art. I pre-cut the plastic, which is not the same as cutting the cheese. Thank you, son, for that reference. Oh no, oh my goodness, there's a slight ding in my box. Shoot. It's alright. I'll get over it. It stood out. Alright, well, let's open this up. So let's take a look at the picture real quick. So the picture on the Armageddon base war is a Merkava tank, I would assume with an Israeli crew. And then here we have, honestly, every time I look at this, I know this probably is not supposed to be Somalia, but it just reminds me of Somalia every time I look at it. But actually, Burning Lands takes place here. I'll tell you here in a moment. Does not take place in Somalia, but this is probably then. Who are the people in here? They're like Hezbollah, I think, and then the rebels. Let's see, Burning Lands. Let's separate that stuck page for a second. Artwork, okay, well, box design was Guillaume Reese. Artwork, Shane Logan. Map, Shane Logan. That's the same Shane Logan that does Old School Tactical. He does a lot of art. Then Mark play tested. I didn't play test, so I missed out having my name in here. I know. Mark Walker did scenario 4 and 5. Looks like Greg did a lot of the design of the game and scenarios, rules, and graphic design. So a lot of people spent a lot of time to bring this to you. So here we go. It's Jordan and Hezbollah. That's who's fighting in this one. Fantastic. Oh, and if you're curious, the year I think is like for the game is 2049, somewhere in there that this takes place. So near future, I would say. I guess I should have mentioned that in the other unboxing. But here's some special notes on some of the equipment that you have. Relief force. And again, well, the map. Yeah, we'll lay the map out. The map, actually, this is a slightly different map. Let's see, 6 scenarios. I think the back of the box. Uh-oh, hold on. Back of the box says 16 scenarios. This goes to 6. So I'll rephrase. It comes with 6 scenarios, not 16. All right. So don't be mad. Don't get mad and ask for your 16. I think probably what happened is the printer probably almost just did a copy paste of game contents from the other one a little bit. So 6 scenarios. Then it's got your terrain, and again, a reminder on your dice modifiers, whether you add dice, remove dice, or change the quality. Okay, so there's the book. There's your book for it. Then we have our 1 counter sheet, and I think these were Jordan, and then these were Hezbollah. What kind of tanks they got? We didn't really look at the tanks. We'll have to do an in-depth. So this looks like, well, my first thought was an M113, and yes it is. It's an M113A2. This is a Timsa. It almost looks like a turretless tank type of thing. Then they have something called a Phoenix. So that some of this I'm sure might be like future naming conventions, because well, here's a Ratel AA infantry fighting vehicle, then an Al Hussein tank. What do we got down here? That's for Jordanian. Well, they do have a Cobra, so I am familiar with a Cobra. Then your Hezbollah unit, this is a M60A3. That's kind of going old school there. And T55. So imagine, this is, let's see, some of this stuff probably came out in the 60s. So you go 40 years to, you know, you get to year 2000-ish, and then another 40 years. So some of this equipment then would be pushing, you know, almost a century. So the fact that they still got that tells you either A, how far things have fallen back, or they've just been able to maintain it that long. Which I actually could totally believe that they would be able to maintain some of this equipment, because when you watch some combat footage from like Syria, that stuff is still running, but it's very old looking equipment. So I would not be surprised then that they're keeping T55s and M60s for, you know, 80 years. Then some additional special weapons for the game, and then the infantry. It looks like the Hezbollah got a drone. Well, they get a helicopter. Jordan gets a helicopter. They get a drone, and that is an AA unit there. It looks like it's a 113 with some sort of anti-air system attached to it. It's very cool. And then up here are some of the unit counters. So we didn't explain gameplay at all, but this is actually very important because the game works on a chip pull system. So if I was going to be using specifically this infantry in the game and the 99th Armor, I would need to put the 15th Infantry tent. That's 10th. Where's 15th? I would need to put the 15th and the 99th in. And then when I draw their appropriate counter, then they would get to take an action. So it's a chip pull system. It's actually a very, very cool chip pull system. But again, great looking counters. All right, and one map. Oh, so the thing I noted when I took these out of the Kickstarter box it came in, that the Burning Lands box was smaller. The map is the same size, but it is cut and folded a lot differently. So there's still some, there's like a, it looks like there's an extra amount of space in here, and it is smaller than the Armageddon War base box, but I think that's mostly attributed to how they folded this map. That's actually kind of neat. Let's see if I can unfold that. You probably won't be able to see me completely do this on camera, but let's see if we can figure it out. Yeah, this is really folded up well. Alright. Let's see here. And again, well, this is a fresh map. It's still wanting to pop up. I have to slightly counter bend. No, don't break it, Eddie. But this is definitely a little bit different. So you still have desert color tones because it's desert, but you actually get some trees and forests this time, because I think this is moving towards Jordan, and this is like a greener area, I think. I can't remember exactly where the scenarios take place. So much to try and remember. I'm just happy to get this stuff out. But again, it's fantastic. You've got your trails, your roads, the forests are great. They pop. No mistaking where the shrubbery type things are, where the forest is, the different types of rough terrain. You got your buildings. So this has also got some more hills to it as well. So just kind of looking over here, I'll move it over. We definitely got some hills here, rough ground. There's a village city up here. This probably looks like the more rural areas. Or if I remember, I think some of this was tents. Like, let me see, where's the terrain? Let's take a peek here real quick. Light urban. Okay, so this is light urban, dense urban. Over here we've got, oh, that's a refugee camp. No, I was right. That's what I was trying to think of, tents. This is actually a refugee tent area. This is probably the light urban. Where's Dense urban. That's probably dense urban. I was trying to see where a light urban. Maybe this is all light urban. Anyway, roads, big roads, then some little trails. So again, I think it's a really, really good looking map. So that'll bring your Armageddon War map count to 3. 2 for the base game, 1 for the expansion. So yeah, this game already has its first expansion, and that's Burning Lands. So hopefully everybody likes this game and they can put out some more expansions. But let's reverse bundle this. So you've got your box, a little bit slightly smaller box than the base game, but it's because they folded this map up a lot smaller. 1 counter sheet and 1 book and cover with either, I think those are probably maybe the Hezbollah fighters there. And there it is. Burning Lands in a nutshell in a box. All right, thank you so much for checking this out.